Beautiful, beautiful mamas. Today I'm going to share how we can love and serve others, even through our own seasons of brokenness. Have you ever felt like you had nothing left to give, and yet life kept demanding more? Sometimes, as mothers, especially of young children, we feel that every single day. We are so tired by the end of the day. We feel broken. But even in our brokenness, we can still love. We can actually, it's through these cracks that God's light shines the brightest. I can remember being so exhausted that I didn't think that I could take one more step towards getting anything done. And yet I had children to take care of and children to feed. And there would be times when I would just be on the sofa any single time that I didn't have to be up doing something. And my friend Carol Ann was such a dear friend during that time and helped me tremendously. But those days when we feel so incredibly broken, and yet we have to keep going on. I love how Anne Graham Lotz reminds us that we can learn to love others even when our own hearts are broken. I'm really passionate about this because it's been so freeing for me, especially in those seasons when I felt like it wasn't enough. I just didn't seem like I was making a difference. I loved my children, but I was so tired. I didn't feel like I was doing anything. But here's the thing that's so incredible, and it's what really happens when we serve through our brokenness. First, divine power. Can I say that over again? Divine power shows up in remarkable ways. When we come to our strength, to the end of our strength, God's power has room to appear. And I absolutely think that there's something beautiful about reaching that place where we know we can't do it on our own, because that's precisely where grace flows through most powerful. The second beautiful thing about this is that the impact on others. When others see us as serving, even through our own pain, it gives them hope. And it makes me think of my dear friend Jennifer, that even in the incredible grief of when she lost her child, her baby of 6 months of age, how in the world she kept going, I don't know. But not only did she keep going, but she kept serving. It gives other people hope. Your willingness to be present in your imperfect world, in your imperfection, becomes a permission slip for others to do the same. So think of it like a cracked lantern. The lantern doesn't just shine out the top as intended. It spills out through the broken places, illuminating corners that might otherwise remain dark. So let's talk about some practical ways for loving others when you're in a broken season. It starts with daily choices, small, manageable acts of kindness that don't require you to be fully healed. Maybe it's sending a text message to check on a friend, even when you're struggling yourself, or sitting quietly with someone in their pain, not with perfect words, but with your genuine presence. Another crucial aspect of leaning on grace, which is both giving it to yourself and receiving for others. Today, I received a text message from a dear, dear, and very close friend of mine who said she was feeling so exhausted and so overwhelmed from grief. She recently lost her dog of 14 years. And the thing that was so beautiful about it is she said, "Thank you for giving me grace." Well, I had not even anticipated or even thought that I was giving her grace, but that's how she perceived it. So think about this, is that when we are going through these really difficult times, these broken times, when we extend grace, we're giving it both to other people and to ourselves. And what I wrote back to her was, "Thank you, and I hope that you will give grace to yourself." Share honestly about your struggles. Don't be afraid to hide them. Don't think that you have to have this mask of a perfect life, that you have to keep your ego up really strong so that you don't ever look weak. But that's not how we really live life, and it certainly isn't how we serve other people. And what I want you to remember, these powerful truths, is that perfection isn't required of you to of how can I'm not even saying that right. Perfection isn't really required for your love to matter. So, I've said many times that perfection is just not going to be part of our vocabulary because it's not helpful to us. But think about this, your broken heart can still offer compassion. In fact, with a broken heart, you have so much more compassion. You don't realize sometimes when you're in the midst of it. It's when you're on the other side of it. And on the other side, maybe a year later, it may be 5 years later, that you're looking back and you say, oh my goodness, my compassion really grew during that terrible, awful, hard, horrible time. And when you serve others from this place of this acknowledged vulnerability, you're demonstrating a kind of strength that's far more inspiring than having the appearance that everything is perfect in your life and everything is just going together so well. Love flows through cracks. Just as water finds a way through the smallest opening, love has a way of flowing through the broken places to reach others in surprising power. But beautiful mamas, your current season, however broken or imperfect it might feel, is not a barrier to making a difference. And it may be the very thing that God uses to touch someone else's life in a way that your perfect self would never be able to do. So if this message touched your heart, and I hope that it did, I hope that you will subscribe, share this with someone else, become part of us, part of this community. And if you're seeking to transform your life and your broken season into a time of unexpected growth, you're going to need a mentor. You're going to need someone who can help coach you through this. I would love to be that person for you. I love coaching moms. I've done it for many, many years. Click that link below and let's get you on a journey of becoming the woman that you really fall in love with. Let's allow God's light to shine through your cracks. So thank you for watching. Thank you, thank you. And until next time, beautiful mamas, I want you to keep shining.